And Lisa took herself out of quarantine to head to Rehoboth Beach to talk with Sam about this very important silver anniversary.
Dogfish head owner Sam Calagione's love of literature and beer collided while he was doing graduate work in New York City.
I was taking some writing in a graduate program, exploring potentially being a creative writer or a professor. And to pay my bills, I was working at a bar across the street that happened to be like a first-generation craft bar, right when beer was getting popular.
So instead of writing a novel, Sam wrote a business plan.
Started home brewing and just fell in love with the craft of brewing and the opportunity for creative expression through coming up with recipes and telling stories about the recipes.
And his love of reading led him to what sets Dogfish Head apart.
Yeah, you know, I stumbled in my early days of home brewing around this weird word called the Reinheitsgebot, and it's the Bavarian Beer Purity Act that was established in the year 1516, and the Bavarian government said you can only make beer with those 4 ingredients. I was like, all right, that'll be something I can stand up against. If I want to do something rebellious with my career, I'll rebel against this law that really made beer very monochromatic and homogenized.
Sam set out to create beer with a spectrum of natural culinary ingredients.
Right out of the gates, you know, intentionally we opened here in Rehoboth with an open kitchen so that customers could see we were using one open kitchen, one set of refrigerators for ingredients, whether we were bringing them out in dishes to their table or we were bringing them out in buckets and pans to the brewery side and brewing with them, because beer is liquid food and we wanted to approach brewing from the perspective of a chef.
The beer was award-winning.
And my first recipe that really dialed in was our pumpkin ale. So I served it at the Pumpkin Chunkin' Festival about a year before we opened, I think in '94. And it won the gold medal at the food, you know, up against all these old, wonderful old women that had their pies and cakes, and they're all mad that the beer kid won.
Chicory Stout, Immort Ale, and Shelter Pale Ale would follow.
Really, Shelter Pale Ale was designed, that and our old Lawnmower Light, for people who didn't want a beer that had coffee in it or fruit in it or herbs in it or spices in it.
But one of the most successful Dogfish Head brews is made with the traditional 4 ingredients: water, yeast, hops, and barley. But the way the hops are added is what sets it apart.
Water, yeast, hops, and barley. We do have a very unique technical process called continual hopping that we invented that's central to that recipe.
Sam says when Dogfish Head opened in '95, it was the smallest commercial brewery in America, among less than 600 breweries. Today, there are more than 8,000 breweries.
So it's pretty exciting stuff. Wonderful moment in history to be a beer lover and a beer maker, and we're proud to be part of that community.
When it comes to creating new recipes, Sam Calagione of Dogfish Head Craft Brewing looks for inspiration in some very unusual places.
We look for inspiration for what to brew next pretty much in any creative community other than the beer community, because we love other craft brewers, and I'm always on the phone or doing events with them, and sometimes we do collaborative beers with them, but I don't read the beer publications or I don't read other breweries' social media or their beer websites, because I don't want our journey to be informed by what's already out there in our brewing community. I'd rather, you know, us take inspiration from the culinary world or the music world or the arts world, to try and find an off-centered way back into the beer world that can be our own, you know, create our own niches, come out with our own styles, and we'd rather take the risks of sort of fearlessly pioneering recipes, which is sort of one entrepreneurial approach, versus the other sort of valid pathway, which is more the fast follower model, which are companies that watch what someone else is doing and says, ooh, they're onto a trend, and quickly follows that trend. That one's often more safe, and Dogfish has probably had more failed attempts, but at least they're their own unique failures.
Dogfish Head recently collaborated with European brewery Rodenbach. Vibrant Potion is a sour beer.
While we're proudly celebrating our 25th anniversary today, Rodenbach's been around for over 200 years and has never in their 200-year history done a collaboration with any other brewery. So it was very meaningful to us that when they came to America and saw what we were doing with Sequench and Session Sours, like Super 8 and others that we've done, that they want to do a collaboration with us.
But perhaps Sam's most cherished and successful collaboration is the one with his wife and business partner, Mariah. It's one that started when they were teenagers and one that prompted them to plant roots in Delaware.
The single thing I'm most proud of is the positive impact we've been lucky enough to have on our community, using kind of Dogfish as the catalyst to have that impact. And that comes from Mariah's leadership, having been born in Milford and knowing the community before I did. But so many other co-workers, Mark Carter, who's also born in Milford, who runs our Beer and Benevolence, our nonprofit arm of our company with Mariah, had a big part of that journey. But just the outreach we've been able to do on keeping, bike paths and hiking paths pristine with our work with the Nature Conservancy, or building houses as a group of coworkers when we shut down our businesses and work with Habitat for Humanity, are just that's probably the thing that I'm most proud of in this 25-year journey. And I really do have Mariah to thank for being the strong voice from the beginning to make sure we put our money where our mouth is.
A company that in 25 years has grown from the smallest commercial brewing company in America to a top 20 scale craft brand, and shows no signs of slowing down.
In the next 25 years, some stuff on the horizon I'm excited about. Well, speaking to community first, we're really proud of our work alongside many other public and private entities to connect the two beautiful towns of Lewis and Rehoboth by this waterway here. So as you come over the bridge today, it was cool to see the cranes and stuff working as we're building a dock down there. And that way, as Route 1 gets congested in the summer and all the implications of carbon in the atmosphere, to put a bunch of people on a single boat and get to experience the beauty of Cape Henlopen and all the protected wetlands between these two gorgeous towns. I'm really proud that we're involved in that initiative. That'll come to fruition here in the next 12 months.
Dogfish Head is also partnering with Revelation Brewing to expand bike paths throughout coastal Delaware, all in an effort to make the place we call home better.
Coastal Delaware, Delmarva in general, but coastal Delaware is still a hidden gem. I know people that live here don't think it's so hidden when Route 1 traffic is what it is in August, but in the context of recognized vacation destinations like the Outer Banks or the Hamptons or Cape Cod, we don't get our props for how beautiful this area is in that sort of forum. And I think projects like these will help people get out into the beauty of coastal Delaware and recognize that.
Sam talks about his wife and business partner, Mariah. Mariah, of course, the daughter of the late Tom Draper. As you know, the Draper family owns WBOC. They've got 2 kids. Sam says that his son, Sam Jr., is a student at Brown University in Rhode Island. He says he has shown interest in following in his father's footsteps in the craft beer business.